Using trends on TikTok is a really great way to be able to first have fun creating content on the platform, two, grow a following, and then three, utilize the creativity that is already happening to create great content. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about how to use trends on TikTok, where to find them, and how I'm using them. So welcome back to the show where I'm always teaching you all about social media, making money online, and all the things. Today is no different. I will say today's episode is going to be very short because in 12 hours, I am boarding a cruise ship and I'm going to be gone for 7 days. And I've got like 4 hours to pack, wash my hair, style my hair, do all the things I need to do, and run to the grocery store and get myself some snacks for a week on the ship, like my healthy snacks. And so we got to speed through this, okay? Because today is Saturday and I'm filming this for the next week. And so if you feel like I'm rushing, I promise you'll come back. Come here in the comment section, ask me any questions, subscribe to the show, like this episode, all that, and I'll be sure that I'll come back and talk to you. Okay, let's stay focused. So we are talking about TikTok trends. Now, if you are someone and you see trends happening all the time, then you're probably saying to yourself, how do I know if something's trending? Where do I find all these trends? What is going on and who is making all these trends happen? Well, there's a lot of things to know when it comes to trends on TikTok, okay? Obviously, I can't go into everything because there's just so much to talk about, but here's some things. First things first, you'll know that something is trending because you keep hearing the sound or you keep seeing people do the same thing. Everybody may be putting their own spin on it, but you just keep seeing it over and over again and you keep hearing it, okay? Now, how does something trend? Well, what typically happens is that somebody does something on TikTok. They say something, they do something, they take a sound and do something with it, and then another person jumps on and another person. Now, there are communities where they will do a trend and everybody in that community will jump on it to make something trend, but most of us are not a part of communities like that, so we just find it when it is trending. So usually it's someone that just happens to do something, everybody picks it up. But also what'll happen is that sometimes creators know how to create content that has viral potential based upon the past, based upon what people on TikTok typically respond to, how they jump on things or what have you. Like, for example, there's a girl that she deliberately created a potential trend and it went crazy viral, okay? And we all call that I'm looking for a man in finance, okay? And so when she's filming this, there's no music to go along with it. She's just filming it. And she says, I'm looking for a man in finance, a trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance, a trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. Okay. So then somebody put music to it and then it just trended, like it just kept trending and trending and trending. And of course it spilled over to all other social media platforms. Okay. So you can be intentional when you know what people on TikTok will respond to, and you can create something that has a trend potential. Now, sometimes people have to do a thing like multiple times to get it to actually pick up as a trend, but typically it'll get picked up at some point in time. Now, how do you also find out where the trends are? So most of us are going to find the trends on the For You page, the page where we're watching content and TikTok is sending things to us. That's where you're typically going to find all the trends, right? There isn't like a specific area on TikTok that says these are all the trends. No, there's not a place for that, okay? But one of the things that we like to do at our company is we like to follow a lot of TikTok creators who are always announcing trends. So I used to announce trends all the time, like super all the time on TikTok. I don't do them as much anymore, but I used to do them all the time. And so people would come to my account to always know what was trending. And so instead of me doing them all the time, we will have people that do it all the time. We follow their accounts and then we pull all those trends and then we jump on them in terms of creating each week. We jump on them in terms of giving them to the people in our communities and teaching them how to use those trends every single day and every single week so that they can jump on them, okay? But there is no special place on TikTok that says, here are all the trends, okay? Because I think that if there was a place, then people would spend more time there and less time on the FYP, which wouldn't be beneficial for TikTok and people who don't have trending content. Okay. So what does it look like to utilize a trend? Well, there's two different ways. Okay. So if you are a business owner, then oftentimes you'll see a trend and it has zero to do with business. Like 99% of the trends have nothing to do with business. And what has to happen is that you have to learn this creative art of being able to take a trend and twist it to fit your particular business. Now, it's not like overnight you're going to know how to do that. Like, no, that is why inside of my community called Invisible to Influential, we teach you about trends. We teach you how to use them, how to flip them for your business. And then every single week, we give you the top 5 Instagram trends and the 5 TikTok trends. And then we give you a tutorial on how to use those trends. So that's why we do that inside of there. If you're interested in that, you can go to invisibletoinfluential.net, invisibletoinfluential.net to join us inside of that community. Okay. Now, in addition to that, when it comes to trends, if you are a content creator or an influencer, you're able to do all types of things with it. You can be funny, you can be sad, you can be happy, you can do exactly the same thing other people are doing. You can do a lot more things when it comes to trends if you're an influencer or content creator. Now me, if I see a trend, if something is trending, I will go on my business page and do the trend as a business. And then I'll go on my influencer account and I'll use the trend as a regular trend, right? So there was this sound, it's a super old sound. And when I was starting to pack my clothes, I heard I saw this guy there's this sound of this guy who runs to his bed, he falls on it, he falls off and hits the floor. And he said, here was a scenario when something happened and he just, whatever. And so I saved the trend again to utilize it. And I'm going to do that trend as an influencer. And my text on screen is going to say, when the person says I shouldn't go on vacation because I owe back taxes, because people are going crazy on TikTok about that right now on my account. But I'll also utilize it again and say when I pitched a brand, but I didn't have my 10K blueprint, right? Because I have this 10K blueprint class that I'm teaching for free on how to get brand deals, how to make your first 10K and all that. And I'm going to utilize that trend to get people's attention and make them go to relate to that experience of not knowing how to make 10K or have the blueprint, and then actually get them to come into my course, my class, so they can come and learn with me for free. Okay. So just to FYI, if you're like, I want to join that class, you can go to KeenyaKelly.com/blueprint. Okay. KeenyaKelly.com/blueprint. And you can sign up for that class. Okay. So that is how you're going to be able to utilize trends. There is a lot to do with all of that. So if you're saying to yourself, I heard you, I want to understand more, then I want to invite you to join us on the inside of Invisible to Influential. It's my community. My cat just jumped on my recording, but it's my community where I am coaching you every single day. We have weekly calls where I'm teaching and training every week, and also where I'm reviewing your content and giving you direct feedback on your content to help you make money online. Okay. So if you want to join that, it's invisibletoinfluential.net. If you want to join that free class, which is a 10K blueprint, just go to KeenyaKelly.com/blueprint and sign up for that. It's absolutely free. And with that, make sure you subscribe to the show, and I'll see you next time.